all and welcome back to my channel. My name is Pandey and in this module I will be covering Intune Patch Management and its basic concepts. So in this Intune Patch Management and its basic concept module, we are going to talk about what is Windows Update and Windows as a service, what is servicing channel and servicing tool. Then we will see the servicing tool comparison. Then we will discuss about what is Windows Update, monthly quality updates and feature update. Then we will discuss about what is Windows Update for business and types of update managed by the Windows Update for business. And in last, we will discuss about safeguard holds. Now let's discuss some of the basic things related to Windows patching before moving further. So we are going to talk about Windows patching. So it's very important to know what is a patch or an update. So in a single line, a patch or an update is a set of changes to a computer program or its supporting data design to update or fix or improve it. This includes fixing security vulnerabilities and other bugs. Patches are of many types like critical updates, definition update, feature packs, security updates, service packs, tools, update rollups, and service stack updates. A critical update is released to fix for a specific problem that addresses a critical non-security related bugs. Definition update is released and frequent software update that contains additions to a product definition database. Definition database are often used to detect objects that have specific attributes such as malicious code, phishing websites, or junk mails. Feature pack is adding new product functionality that is first distributed outside the context of a product released and then it's typically included in the next full product release. Whereas security updates is released to fix for a product specific security related vulnerabilities. Security vulnerabilities are rated by their severity. The severity rating is indicating in the Microsoft security bulletins as critical, important, moderate, or low. In addition to that, we have service pack, which is a tested cumulative set of all hotfix security updates, cumulative updates, and updates. Additionally, service packs may contain additional fixes for the problems that are found internally since the release of the product. Service pack may also contain a limited number of customer requested design changes or feature. Then we have a tool which is a utility or feature that helps complete a task or a set of tasks. After that, we have an update which is released to fix for a specific problem. An update addresses a non-critical, non-security related bug. Update rollup is a tested cumulative set of hotfixes, security updates, critical updates, and updates that are packaged together for an easy deployment. A rollup generally targets a specific area such as security or a component of a product, such as information systems. The last, we have a service stack update, also known as SSU. It's a code that installs other operating system updates. Additionally, it contains the component based servicing stack, also known as CBS, which is a key underlying component for several elements of Windows deployment, such as DISM, SFC, changing Windows feature or roles, and repairing component. So in this module, we are mainly focusing on quality update and feature updates. For now, let's discuss in short about what is a quality and feature update. So monthly update in previous Windows versions like Windows 7 were often unavoidable because of huge number of updates available each month. Many organizations selectively choose which update they want to install and which they did not. And this creates a countless scenarios in which organization deployed essentially security updates but picked only a subset of non-security fixes. So rather than receiving several updates each month and trying to figure out the organization need, which ultimately causes platform fragmentation. Administrators see only cumulative update that supersedes the previous month update containing both security and non-security fixes in form of quality update. So quality update approach makes updating devices simpler and ensure that the devices are always updated with the latest updates. Whereas feature updates are the new feature that are packaged into feature updates that we can deploy using existing management tool. These changes comes in bit-sized chunks rather than at all once. This helps us in decreasing user readiness time. Now let's see what is Windows as a service. So Windows as a service is the approach Microsoft introduced with Windows 10 to deploy, update and service the operating system. Instead of releasing a new version of Windows every 3 or 5 years, Microsoft will continuously updating the Windows 10 every year twice. The updates are categorized in two ways: feature updates and quality update. These improvements focus on maximizing customer involvement in Windows deployment, simplifying the deployment and servicing of Windows client computers, and leveraging out the resources needed to deploy and maintain Windows over time. Prior to Windows 10, Microsoft released new versions of Windows every few years. This traditional deployment schedules imposed a training burden on users because of features revisions were often significant. That schedules also meant waiting long period without new features, a scenario that does not work in today's rapidly changing environment. Windows as a service will deliver smaller features update 2 times per year around March and September to help address these issues. With Windows 10 or 11, new features will be delivered to the Windows Insider community as soon as possible during the deployment cycle. Organization can see exactly what Microsoft is developing and start their testing as soon as possible. Microsoft also depends on receiving feedback from organization throughout the development process so that it can adjust as quickly as possible rather than waiting new release. With respect to deploying the Windows 10 and 11, it's very simpler than compared to previous Windows version. When migrating from earlier versions of Windows, we can use an easy in-place upgrade process to automatically preserve all application settings and data. Afterwards, deployment of feature update is equally simple. Traditionally, Windows servicing has included several release types: major revisions, service packs, and monthly updates. With Windows 10 and Windows 11, there are two release types: feature updates that adds new functionality and the quality updates that provide security and reliability fixes. Servicing channels are the first way to separate user into deployment groups for feature and quality updates. Currently, there are 3 servicing channels, each of which provide different level of flexibility over when these updates are delivered to the client computer. And these channels are general availability channel, long-term servicing channel, and Windows Insider program. Now let's talk about the servicing channel. So servicing channel are the first way to separate users into deployment group for features and quality updates, where features are going to provide the new functionality to the device and quality update is going to provide the vulnerability and security fixes. The Windows 10 servicing channels are management structure that allows organization to control how frequently devices receives updates. Servicing channel offers organizations some flexibility to choose when and how often their devices are updated to the latest build of Windows 10. There are 3 main servicing channels which gives IT administrator choice, including Windows Insider, General Availability channel, and long-term servicing channel. With respect to Windows Insider program, it's a program which provides organization with the opportunity to test and provide feedback on features that will be shipped in the next feature updates. Gaining insights or visibility into the feature updates early before they are available to the general available channel helps organization to plan their deployment. In the general available channel, features updates are available annually. This servicing model is ideal for pilot deployment and testing of feature updates and for users such as developers who need to work with the latest feature. Once the latest feature has gone through pilot deployment and testing, we will be able to choose the timing at which it goes in the broad deployment. Whereas the long-term servicing channel is not intended for the deployment on most of the device or all the device in the organization. Devices typically performing a single important task and do not need feature updates as frequently as other devices in the organization like ATM and point of sale devices. Microsoft never published feature update through Windows Update on devices that runs Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC. Instead, it typically offers new LTSC release every 2 to 3 years, and organization can choose to install them as in-place upgrade or even skip release over the product lifecycle. Now let's talk about the Windows servicing tool. There are many tools which we can use to service Windows as a service. Each tool has its pros and cons, ranging from capabilities and control to simplicity and low administrative requirement. These tools are Windows Update, which is a standalone tool. Then we have Windows Update for Business, Windows Server Update Services, also known as WSUS, and then we have Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. Each tool has its own pros and cons. When we talk about Windows Update, which provides limited control over feature updates, we have to manually configure the device to be in the general availability channel. User or admin can target which device differs update by selecting the differ upgrade on that Windows client device. When we talk about Windows Update for Business, which includes control over updates, deferments, and provides centralized management using group policy or MDM solution like Intune. Windows Update for Business can be used to defer updates by up to 365 days, depending on the version of Windows operating system. These deployment options are available to clients in the general availability channel. In addition to being able to use group policy to manage Windows Update for Business, either option can be configured without requiring an on-premises infrastructure by using Microsoft Intune. Third servicing tool is the Windows Server Update Services, which is also known as WSUS, provides extensive control over updates and is natively available in the Windows Server operating system. So it's an operating system, server operating system role, which we need to install on the server, and then we can manage the updates deployment via this WSUS. In addition to the ability to defer updates, organization can add an approval layer of updates and then choose to deploy them to a specific computer or a group of computer whenever ready. The next servicing tool we have is the Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager, which provides the greatest control over servicing Windows as a service. Its pros can defer updates, prove them, and have multiple options for targeting deployments and managing bandwidth, users, and deployment time also. Now let's talk about whatever we discussed in the previous slides in this servicing tool comparison sheet. So in any organization, the end goal is to manage the Windows Update deployment as per the organization needs and requirement. Consider a scenario where devices are not managed via group policy object or any MDM solution. In this case, Windows Update tool, which is an inbuilt tool in all Windows operating system, is scanning, downloading, and installing the Windows updates. Organization cannot control the scanning and installation part. Instead, they can manually configure the option to defer the installation of update. Now, consider another scenario where organization is using group policy object or any MDM solution to manage the Windows update through Windows Update for Business tool. So via group policy or MDM solution, we can control the Windows update for business settings, and Windows client will follow these settings while scanning and installing the Windows update. We can remotely configure the Windows update for business to defer the updates by up to 365 days. Additionally, we can configure the Windows update channel as general available channel or any channel based on our requirement. We can select to scan and install driver update as well as the Microsoft product update, but we cannot approve which update machine can and cannot install. Admin can also use delivery optimization to reduce the network bandwidth. Now consider another scenario where organizations wants to deploy only the selected and approved updates should be installed in the client machine. In this case, organization can use WSUS. So WSUS is a Windows Server Operating System role. For using this tool, we have to install the WSUS role. Once the role is installed on the server, we will get a console, and from there we can see what all updates are released by Microsoft, and we can select and approve the updates as per our requirement. This provides the control of deploying the pre-approved and tested updates in the production environment. To control the network bandwidth, we can use the branch cache or delivery optimization, where machine can also download the update from the branch cache server. Additionally, WSUS is providing the option to create upstream and downstream server so that machine can scan the update against the upstream and downstream WS server instead of Microsoft Update Service. The next servicing tool is the SCCM, which is also known as Configuration Manager. This is the most popular and used tool in almost all big organizations for patch management. SCCM provides the greatest control over servicing Windows as a service. We can defer updates, approve them, and have multiple options for targeting deployments and managing bandwidth uses and deployment times. Additionally, with SCCM, we can configure the Windows client to use peer-to-peer cache or branch cache or even delivery optimization to reduce the network bandwidth uses. Using SCCM distribution point, we can provide the full patch content locally to the device in low network bandwidth area. Now let's talk about the Windows Update. So Windows Update is a free Microsoft service that is used to provide the updates like service packs and patches for the Windows operating system and for other Microsoft softwares. It is also used to update the drivers for most popular devices. Windows Update often includes feature enhancement and security updates to protect Windows from malware and malicious attacks. With the release of Windows 10, Microsoft moved the update model to Unified Update Platform, also known as UUP. Unified Update Platform is a single publishing, hosting, scanning, and downloading model for all types of operating system updates, client devices for all Windows-based operating system, for everything from monthly quality updates to new feature updates. Now let's briefly discuss about the Unified Update Platform components. The very first component of Unified Update Platform is Update UI. This is the user interface to initiate Windows Update check and history. This is basically a Windows Update UI console installed on all the devices. Second component is Update Session Orchestrator, which is also known as USO. This USO is a Windows operating system component that orchestrates the sequence of downloading and installing various update types of Windows Update. Updates type could be operating system feature update, operating system security updates, device drivers, and Defender definition updates. The service name of Update Session Orchestrator is Update Orchestrator Service. The third component is Windows Update Client or Update Agent. This is the component running on PC. It's essentially a DLL that is downloaded to the device when an update is applicable. It surfaces the APIs needed to perform an update, including those needed to generate a list of payloads to download, as well as start, stage, and commit operation. It provides a unified interface that abstracts away the underlying update technology from the caller. Windows Update Client Service name is Windows Update. The fourth component is Windows Update Arbiter handle, which is a code that is included in the update agent binaries. The arbiter gather information about the device and uses the comp DBs to output an action list. It is responsible for determining the final composition stage of your device and which payload like ESD or package are needed to get your device up to date. And the last component is deployment arbiter. This deployment arbiter is a deployment manager that calls different installer, for an example CBS, which is a component based servicing and upgrade engine. Now let's discuss how the Windows Update Client works. So there are 4 stages to install an update in client PC. These are scanning updates, downloading updates, installing updates, and committing updates, also known as applying updates. So during the update scanning process, the Windows Update Orchestrator operates in background to scan, download, and install update. It does these actions automatically according to the settings and silently so that it does not disturb your computer uses. The Windows Update Orchestrator on your PC checks the Microsoft Update Server or your WSUS endpoint for new update at random intervals. The randomization ensures that the Windows Update Server is not overloaded with requests all at the same time. The Update Orchestrator searches only for updates that have been added since the last time update was scanned, allowing it to find updates quickly and effectively. When checking the update, the Windows Update Orchestrator evaluates whether the update is appropriate for your device. It uses guidelines defined by the publisher of the update. During downloading phase, once the update orchestrator determines which updates apply to your computer, it will begin downloading the updates. If you have selected the option to automatically download updates, it does operation in the background without interrupting your normal use of the device. To ensure that your other downloads are not affected or slowed down because updates are downloading, Windows Update uses delivery optimization, which downloads updates and reduces the bandwidth consumptions. During installing updates phase, when updates are applicable, the arbiter and the metadata are downloaded. Depending on your Windows Update setting, when downloading is completed, the arbiter will gather details for devices and compare that the downloaded metadata to create an action list. The action list describes all the files needed for the Windows Update and what the installation agents such as CBS or setup should do with them. The action list is provided to the installation agent along with the payloads to begin the installation. During the committing update phase, when the option to automatically install update is configured, the Windows Update Orchestrator in most cases automatically restart the device for you after installing the update. It has to restart the device because it might be insecure or not fully updated until it restarts. We can use group policy setting, while device management or registry to configure when device will restart after a Windows 10 update is installed. Now let's discuss about the monthly quality updates. So Windows monthly quality updates helps us to stay productive and protected. They provides user and the IT administrator with the security fixes they need and protect device so that unpatched vulnerabilities cannot be exploited. Quality updates are cumulative. They include all previously released fixes to guard against fragmentation of the operating system. And monthly quality update is recommended because reliability and vulnerability issue can only occur when only a subset of fixes is installed on the device. Quality updates are provided on a monthly schedule as two types of releases: non-security releases and combined security plus non-security releases. Non-security releases provides ID administrator an opportunity for early validation of that content prior to the combined release. Release can be provided outside the monthly schedule when there is an exceptional needed. Now let's talk about the B release update. So commonly referred as Patch Tuesday or Update Tuesday, these updates release on the second Tuesday of each month and are known as B release, where B refers to the second week in the month. B releases are typically published at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Because they are cumulative, B releases include both new and previously released security fixes, along with non-security content introduced in the prior month preview C releases. These update helps keep Windows device secure and compliant by deploying stability fixes and addressing security vulnerabilities. Most important point is that B release are always mandatory, and channel for availability of B releases includes Windows Update, Windows Server Update Services, also known as WSUS, and the Microsoft Catalog Update. Now let's see what is C releases. IT admins have an option to test and validate the production quality release ahead of a planned B release for the following month. These updates are optional, cumulative, and non-security preview releases known as C releases. These releases are only offered to the most recent supported version of Windows. For example, new feature like news and interest might initially be deployed in the prior month's C preview releases and ship in the following month B releases. For getting the C releases, we must navigate to setting and then update and security, Windows update, and select check for update. Now let's see what is out of band releases. So out of band releases might be providing a fix or recently identified issues or vulnerabilities. They are used in atypical cases where an issue is detected and cannot wait for the next month releases because device must be updated immediately to address security vulnerabilities or to resolve a quality issue impacting many devices. Some key consideration about out-of-band patch releases includes out-of-band patch are always cumulative. They supersede any prior B or C releases. The out-of-band patches will generally require IT administrator to deploy off-cycle. Some out-of-band patches release are classified as critical and will automatically be pushed to Windows Server Update Service and Windows Update for Business, just like B releases. Some out-of-band releases are non-critical and only go to Microsoft Update Catalog for users or organization to voluntarily seek out the update. Now let's discuss what is feature updates. So feature updates are technically new versions of Windows 10 which becomes available twice a year, roughly every 6 months during spring and fall. Feature updates, previously referred as upgrade. Feature updates contain not only security and quality revisions but also significant feature additions and changes. Feature upgrades are released as soon as they become available. It's upgrading the operating system version without impacting the installed application and other configurations. With feature upgrade or update, we need very less downtime to upgrade the operating system, and user can also control the system reboot, which will increase the user productivity. So some of the common advantage of feature upgrades are increased features. So feature updates often added additional features or application to an existing program. For an example, an email program feature update may include new email templates. This addition update program and make it more useful for users. Feature upgrades provide updated software. So feature updates often remove out of date part of the program and replaces them with a newer, highly functional version. This helps to ensure that your operating system is running the latest version of any software you are using. Feature update help in protecting the data. For most people keep a lot of personal information on their computer, tablets and mobile phones. For example, bank account, credit card and personal emails. This information is not only valuable to you but also to cyber criminals. They get hold of your personal information, they can sell it to others or use it to commit crimes in your name. They can also commit a ransomware attack in which they encrypt your device and will not release it to you until you pay them. Installing feature update can prevent this from happening. Now let's quickly discuss about what is Windows Update for Business. So Windows Update for Business enables IT administrator to keep the Windows client device in their organization always up to date with the latest security, defense and Windows feature by directly connecting these systems to the Windows Update service. Windows Update for Business is a free service that is available for all premium edition including Windows 10 and Windows 11 Pro, Enterprise Pro for workstation and educational editions. Admin can use group policy or mobile device management solutions such as Microsoft Intune to configure the Windows Update for Business setting that controls how and when devices are updated. Especially Windows Update for Business let admin control updates, offering an experience to allow for reliability and performance testing on a subset of devices before deploying the update across organizational. Also provides a positive update experience for people in your organization. Windows Update for Business enables commercial customer to manage which Windows updates are received when, as well as the experience a device has when it receives them. We can control Windows Update for Business policies by using either mobile device management tools such as Microsoft Intune or group policy management tools such as local group policy or group policy management console, as well as a variety of other non-Microsoft management tools. MDM uses configuration service provider policy instead of group policies to manage the Windows Update for Business. Intune additionally uses cloud policies. Not all policies are available in all formats like CSP, group policy or cloud policy. Now let's talk about the different types of update managed by Windows Update for Business. So Windows Update for Business provides management policies for several types of updates to manage Windows 10 and Windows 11 devices. The very first update is feature update, which is previously known as an upgrade. So these feature updates contain not only the security and quality revisions but also significant feature additions and changes. Feature updates are released as soon as they become available. The second type of update is the quality updates. So quality updates are traditionally the operating system updates typically released on the second Tuesday of every month. These include security, critical and driver updates. Windows Update for Business also treats non-Windows updates such as update for Microsoft Office and Visual Studio as quality updates. These non-Windows updates are known as Microsoft updates, and you can set device to receive such updates along with their Windows updates. The third types of updates are driver updates. So updates for non-Microsoft drivers that are relevant to your devices. Driver updates are on by default, but you can use Windows Update for Business policy to turn them off if you prefer. Fourth type of update is the Microsoft product updates. So update for other Microsoft products such as variety of Office that are installed by using Windows installer MSI. Version of Office that are installed by using click to run cannot be updated by using Windows Update for Business. Product updates are off by default and we can turn them off by using Windows Update for Business policies. Now let's discuss what is safeguard hold. So safeguard holds prevents a device with a known issue for being offered a new operating system version. Microsoft renew this offering once a fix is found and verified. Microsoft use hold to ensure customers have a successful experience as their device move to a new version of Windows client. Microsoft uses quality and compatibility data to identify issue that might cause a Windows client feature upgrade, failed, or rollback. When Microsoft finds such an issue, Microsoft might apply safeguard hold to the updating service to prevent affecting device from installing the update in order to safeguard them for these experience. The lifespan of safeguard hold varies depending on the time required to investigate or fix an issue. During the time Microsoft works diligently to procure, develop and validate a fix and then offer it to affected devices. Microsoft monitor quality and compatibility data to confirm that a fix is completed before releasing the safeguard hold. Once the Microsoft releases the safeguard hold, Windows Update will resume offering new operating system version to the devices. Safeguard holds only affects devices that use the Windows Update service for updates such as Windows Update for Business deployment service. Admin can use update compliance to monitor various update health metrics for device in their organization. Update compliance provides a safeguard hold report as well as queries in the feature update status reports to provide you insight into the safeguard holds that are preventing device from updating or upgrading. Admin can opt out the safeguard hold protection by using the disable safeguard policy. In MDM tool, we can use update disable WSUS safeguard CSP, and in group policy, we can use disable safeguard for feature upgrade group policy. I hope this is an informative video for you. Thank you very much for watching this video.